Have you ever wondered why some people always seem calm, content, and spiritually strong, no matter what life throws at them? What if I told you that there's a simple yet powerful supplication, rooted in authentic teachings, that can completely transform the way you think, feel, and live your daily life? Imagine starting each day with a heart filled with gratitude, a mind focused on purpose, and a soul that instinctively turns back to its Creator whenever it falters. This isn't just an idea. It's a reality that can be achieved through one beautiful and authentic dua. Allahumma laka shakira, laka zakira, laka rahiba, laka mitwa'an, ilaika mukhbita muneeba. It might seem like just a few words, but if you truly understand them, they hold the power to reshape your character, strengthen your faith, and guide you toward peace that no worldly possession can provide. Now, let me ask you, how often do you pause and reflect on your relationship with Allah? How often do you feel truly grateful for every blessing in your life, instead of focusing on what you lack? Gratitude is more than a word. It is a state of being. When your heart genuinely thanks Allah for health, family, knowledge, and even small moment of joy, your perspective shifts. The world feels lighter, your worries become manageable, and your heart develops a resilience that cannot be shaken by temporary challenges. This dua begins with asking Allah to make us grateful. It's the first step because a heart that recognizes blessings is a heart that is prepared to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. But gratitude alone is not enough. How often do we find ourselves distracted, our thoughts drifting toward negativity, regrets, or even anger? The second part of the supplication teaches us to become a person who constantly remembers Allah. Ilaika, or remembrance, is not just about repetition. It is about awareness, focus, and mindfulness. Imagine if every action, every word, and every breath carried with it a sense of purpose and a subtle awareness of the divine. The stress that overwhelms you in daily life, the moments of anxiety or confusion, begin to fade when your mind and heart are anchored in remembrance. Ask yourself, have you ever noticed how calm and composed someone is who consistently remembers Allah, even in chaos? This is what ilaika does. It transforms ordinary life into a spiritual journey. Now consider this. Fear of Allah is often misunderstood. Many people think fear creates anxiety or despair, but this dua calls for a conscious and healthy fear, awareness of Allah's presence and accountability. How different would your decisions be if you knew, without doubt, that every action is observed and every intention matters? Fear in this sense is not meant to paralyze. It is meant to guide, protect, and inspire. It is a fear that leads to respect, discipline, and moral strength. Imagine choosing integrity over convenience, honesty over deception, simply because your heart is connected to a higher purpose. How would that change your life today? Obedience is another key aspect of the supplication. How often do we struggle to align our daily actions with what we know is right? Obedience in this dua is not about blind ritual. It is about living a life where your choices, actions, and decisions are consistently guided by what pleases Allah. It's about aligning your behavior with your beliefs and your beliefs with your purpose. Think about the times you acted against your own values because it was easier or more convenient. Now imagine if each action you took, no matter how small, reflected sincere obedience and mindfulness. The transformation is not just spiritual. It affects relationships, mental peace, and the way the world responds to you. Humility is another layer embedded in this powerful supplication. In a world that constantly promotes pride, ego, and comparison, humility allows the heart to remain soft, receptive, and connected. When we ask Allah to make us humble, we acknowledge that everything we have, every achievement, every talent, is ultimately a blessing and a trust. Humility creates strength because it frees us from the burdens of arrogance, judgment, and resentment. Ask yourself, when was the last time you felt true humility, not as weakness, but as freedom from ego? That's the gift this dua offers, a soft heart capable of empathy, patience, and understanding. Finally, this supplication teaches the importance of constant return, of turning back to Allah after every mistake, failure, or sin. Life is not linear. We stumble, we make errors, we fall short. But this dua emphasizes the beauty of repentance, the power of returning, and the endless mercy of Allah. Have you ever noticed how someone who frequently repents, sincerely, radiates peace? Their mistakes do not define them. Their ability to recognize, correct, and return to Allah does. This is a reminder that no matter how far we drift, there is always a path back, and every step toward Allah strengthens the soul, heals the heart, and purifies the mind. Now I want you to think about your own life. What changes could happen if you began each day by sincerely asking Allah to make you grateful, mindful, conscious, obedient, humble, and repentant? How would your relationships, your decisions, and your sense of purpose transform? I want to hear from you. Comment below. Which of these 6 qualities do you feel you need the most right now, and why? By reflecting and sharing, we not only remind ourselves, but also inspire others to strengthen their connection with Allah. This is not just a dua to memorize. It is a lifestyle to adopt. It teaches patience, mindfulness, ethical living, emotional resilience, and spiritual depth. The moment you sincerely ask for these qualities and actively seek to embody them, you begin a journey of transformation. You are no longer just reacting to life. You are consciously creating a heart and a life aligned with divine guidance. This dua is small in words, but immense in meaning. It can transform ordinary moments into acts of worship, daily struggles into lessons of growth, and fleeting emotions into deep spiritual awareness. So take a moment today. Reflect on these words. Ask yourself, which part of this supplication calls to your heart the most? Which quality are you ready to nurture first? Share your answer in the comments below, and let's inspire one another to take steps toward a stronger faith, a calmer heart, and a more meaningful life. Remember, transformation begins with intention, with awareness, and with a sincere dua that connects your heart to Allah.